Hey, this is Carl with New Septic. I'm going to do a design today regarding a customer that wanted to have us replicate this design plan for Utah. So this one has an address here, and I'm going to just go to landplan.io, and then I can, if you're already logged in, I can just click the Go to My Projects. So here we have a list of projects, and you can navigate to any one of these to the map, but I'm going to click the Create New Project from the map. So there's a couple ways to search for a new property. You can enter a coordinate, that's a latitude and longitude, or you can enter a parcel ID or an address search. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up, and it's 7130 East 8500 North Street. So that's 713030. Let's see, what was that? East 8500 North Street. Okay, so we got a hit here for 7130 East 8500 North, La Pointe, Utah. So I'll select that one and it will pull up. So we have our parcel database. If we have parcels for your area, we will find a hit for that, or possibly not. So we will work with you on that. But since we found this one, it's looks like parcel number 13003004. 13003004 looks good, so I'll click that. And this form is where you can change anything regarding like the owner name. So looked like the owner name is here. So I'm going to click next. We can do a septic design. And this looked like a 4-bedroom house. And these forms are meant to just do a quick, get some quick information about the property, like the limiting conditions in the soil. What you would do is if you had a limiting condition, you could set that there. I'm not sure if this one has any soil information, but it looks like we can just say and not applicable and create project and go to map. So what we try and do is load up the property, and we have a 10-foot, so we have the parcel here in red, and then we have a 10-foot and 50-foot isolation distance. So you can turn those off over here. Here's our layers. On your drop down on your menu, we have these essential links, and if you right click on the documentation, you can open that in a new tab. Preferably, we ask you to work on Google Chrome because that's what we test most frequently. But this is our documentation. You can go to the septic tools, and we have all our tools here on the left documented out really nicely. So to replicate this, what I'm going to do is see where the house is, and I'm going to try and get a dimension. So it looks like we got a 800 foot to property line. So what we can do is X out of this and go to our measure tools, click the measure. So there's a concept of snapping in the software. So if you hover over top of the parcel line, it's going to snap to that. And if you can select your snap options. The measure tool by default snaps to everything on the map typically. So you can change that and then save those snap options there if you want to. So I'm just going to click on the map parcel line once, and then I'm going to move the cursor over to 800 feet. And there is a way you can enter an accurate distance. You can hit the tab key on your keyboard, and that will bring up the azimuth and distance tool down here. So you could select decimal degrees or degrees, minutes, seconds to report the bearing and azimuth. But I typically like to work in decimal degrees. So just make sure your cursor is focused into the distance, and you want to just type in with the backspace the distance you want to go. And then if you hit the tab key, you can go over, and you can see we're at an azimuth of 270 degrees roughly, and that is directly west. So that's fine. So I'm just going to go ahead and tab over again to add point and finish drawing and hit the enter key, and that will give us our 800-foot dimension. So the first thing you'd want to do is select your building with flow in the septic tools. That's right here. And I'm going to use these snap guides, and what those do is they give you a nice 90-degree angle to snap to, or to draw with. So once you click 2 points on the map, you'll see these boundaries, and you can just snap to those. So double click to finish the feature, but so here's our 4-bedroom house, and you know, with the flow rate with this, you can change that to whatever down here, you know, your flow rate per bedroom, your number of bedrooms, etc. And that should be catalog your flow rate. The edit tools is how you interact with all the features on the map. So if you click the move icon, that's going to allow you to select and move the building. If you want to hit the escape key, it will clear out all your selections and everything like that. So I'm going to come down here and see there's a sewer main. So we have 25 foot of sewer pipe. And in new septic, we have our pipe tools. And if you click on that, we have sewer main, and you can go up to the building and snap to that. And if you want to use the distance tool again, you could do 25 feet. So there's our 25-foot sewer main. And then we have a 1250 gallon tank. With our tank tools, you can click on the add a tank, do a septic tank here. And what this tool does is it will find the nearest manufactured septic tanks to you. And if you have any tanks that you need to be entered in our database, we can definitely enter those for you. Or you can just choose an existing tank that's close proximity. So I just chose a nearest proximity 1250 gallon tank. But like I said, we do try and get all the tanks that are in the area here. So, and I actually drew a pretty big building because really this is a pretty big property here. So, so I'm going to go back here, and then we have 75 foot of distribution main, and we have 94 foot trenches, and we have some sort of let's see, we got looks like it's just going to be gravel pipe. So it looks like it's 36-inch wide trenches at a depth of 76 foot. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and just sketch out the trench. So we'll do 1 inch, and so this is going down slope here. So it's going sloping down to the east. So we'll draw the trench up slope here, and we'll do just 94 foot. And you don't have to get this super accurate because we can change that later. So you see the properties over here of the component you just drew. You can just reduce the length there, and that would be fine. So now we are going to use our contour systems form. the process is you draw one trench and you can use the contour systems forms. And all of these are described more here, like the septic tools overview. We have this effective order to draw components. So just like we were covering, you can step through the different tools to draw a system in this order, and you'll generally have good uh, experience with the software. So the trench tool, the way it works is you draw a trench first, and then you can edit the trench, but the contour systems forms are built to allow you to build your leaching trench area or mound or whatever you're designing, and then you just set the parameters and the software will draw that for you. So if we come back here, click on the create contour systems forms, it's asking us what we want to design. So we want to design absorption trenches. You can click through the soil. So we didn't have any soil information for this design, but we can do depth into soil, 76 inches, I believe it was. And then we have our distribution media height. So if I come over here, that is 12 inches of clean gravel. So we'll do trench height 12. And then we're going to do our trench width, that's 3 foot. And then we have number 57 gravel. If you want some more products in here, we can definitely add that for you. But this is a multi-tabbed form, so you can click over here. And what we have here is 94 foot long trenches. We have trench spacing here, center to center. So here, if we do 20 foot on center, and then we want to do, so we would do 20 foot, and then let's do 4 trenches. So this looks pretty good. I think we'll just click draw system here. So here we have our trenches drawn out, and it draws it just right to the spec that we have on that form. So if I do a center, let's do center of pipe here. So we have our 20 foot, and then we have our 3 foot width here. So you can edit these if you want, or if we look at the drawing and we say, okay, it looks like the second trench is lined up with the outlet here, what you can do is use our multi-select tool up here and just click, hold, and drag a box around it all, and then we can click the move icon and move this up so you could center that the way you had it on the plan. And then we can put a D-box on here with our distribution method. And let's see where we had this. So we had that right there. And then you can select D-box and then go like that. Oh, so I had selected this as center feed, but I think this is going to be an end feed. So what these pipes are called is distribution mains. So if you click on the pipe tool, distribution main, you can just hover over it until you see a blue dot, and then you can edit your lines that way. So, and that way you can make your distribution lines look a little better. Okay. All right. So that looks pretty good, and I'll add actually another distribution main here. Double click and finish. So this is our plan here. It looks pretty good to me. Now you could have a couple options. You could go to print view, and this will generate an auto scaled plan. So you can select on our print view, there's a lot of different options here, but we try and auto label your features. And then if you want to select a preset scale, you can do that. Here you can select portrait probably for this one, and then with all these labels here that are popping up, you can go to our layers with labels section, expand that, and you can turn off some of these labels if you don't want them on, like the distribution pipe, the trenches, and stuff like that. And you can see them start to remove right there. So we have our annotations feature, so you can add an annotation to the map. So we could say 4 trenches at 94 foot, and you could, do that. You can kind of move this around and spin it if you want an angle or something like that. And then you could click and move that around the map that way. We do have the feature that if you want to edit that, you just click on it again. You can actually save these. So if you write something that's similar on the map, you can save it and it will pop up in your list of things to write there. That way you can include it on every map if you want to. So, all right, so we got our labels here. If you want to label something that's existing, like say we want to label the tank, you just click on that and you could say, just label that whatever you want. You could change anything regarding the size of the setup here. So here we have the ability to set our labels the way we want to. All right. So once that you're finished with that, you can go back to print, and our title up here is added by default. You could change that if you want to, like maybe put the date on there. And save your map styles, and you can print your map. So this is going to be downloaded for you in your downloads. And this is what it will look like. You can clean up the labels a little more, but generally a pretty good looking plan that's really easy to generate. You can go back out of the print view by clicking on the print view icon. So we do have a couple different options too for aerial photos. You can add some of those on. You can right click over top of them and you can reduce the visibility of them. So you have some contours and stuff like that. So now that you can save this map, you can go back out to your property reports by clicking property reports, and we have our map here that's in our list of projects, and you can always navigate back to that by clicking on the map, and you can see we're back at the property. So that's how you get stuff started for New Septic in a nutshell. And if you have any questions, just let me know. But this is a good way to get scale drawings for your projects and use our septic tools to sketch out your septic. We have a lot of features that I didn't cover, but you can go through them, and if you have any questions, feel free to call me. Thanks. Bye.